Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorena Aguirre and I post here on my YouTube channel every Monday and Saturday. So if you guys are new, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright you guys, so to get started, we are going to be using these cheetah print foils, and I'm going to go ahead and get my foil gel, and I'm just making sure I am mixing this all up. With foil gels, I do really recommend making sure that you mix it up before applying it, because I do feel like sometimes if some parts of the product, if it settles or it ends up separating in the bottle, I'm not too sure, but I notice when I don't mix it, the results aren't as good. So definitely make sure you are going to mix it. So I went ahead and applied my tips, and the tips that I am using are the tapered square. And these things are bomb. These are an extra long, so these are great for clients who just really want long nails. I wish I would have left the clip in there where you were able to see the actual length of these, because it was probably half an inch longer, I want to say. But yeah, so now I am gonna go ahead, after I blended the tips and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this top coat. And once you do this top coat, you're only going to want to do it in the light for the amount of time that it says. So if you guys are working with foil gels and you guys notice that they aren't sticking right or whatever the case may be, you really want to make sure that you cure it the time that it says, or maybe in some cases, depending on the light that you have, if your light is very strong, you might want to only do it for 30 seconds and then try that and maybe see if that works. And so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is get some of my favorite foils out of here, and I do want to try them out. So I'm going to go ahead and eventually get that one rolled back up. You guys could see I was having some problems with my gloves on, so I had to take them off. But I'm going to get my favorite ones out of here, and I'm going to try to recreate a set. Let me know if you guys want to see some of the other patterns that I had did, or if there's a look that you guys would like to see before purchasing this actual kit of them. I think this is maybe $7 to $12. I'm not exactly sure how much it was, but I thought they were super pretty. And this one right here, I feel like this one would be really cool to do like a black ombre over it. But yeah, like do the same technique and do a black ombre. I feel like it would look super cute. But I've been really loving the oranges just because of the fall time. And then this one is a see-through one, so whatever you end up putting underneath, like let's say you wanted to add some glitter or something like that, I feel like that would even look really pretty. I've even done it over ombres on top of the nail and stuff like that, and I felt like that was pretty fun too. And then you guys, if you guys like anything that you see in the video, make sure to check the description box or the link tree. My link tree, it does have a lot of different things linked in there, so if those are things that you guys might be interested in, definitely check that out. Okay, now once the light is off, you really want to make sure that you go in right away. I feel like even the amount of time where I was cutting this, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would recommend actually having the ones that you want cut like in nice and ready to go, because if any dust or lint gets on the nail, the foil gel is not going to adhere right. And so I'm going to go ahead and stick all of them down. I'm not going to press all of them yet. I'm just going to start off on the first one, and then just kind of make sure you rub it in. You guys can get something kind of hard to rub it in, but I'm going to use my fingers, and you guys might see me go in with maybe like the back of a cuticle pusher or something like that. But make sure it's not the sharp edge of the cuticle pusher, the rounded part, just because you don't want it to end up tearing. And see, this is what I got, was my brush. And so basically anything hard will actually really make sure it gets on there. And then gently pull it off. I wouldn't recommend pulling off really fast, just because if you do, you won't be able to know where certain gaps are missing. So if, let's say you pull off the foil and you feel like there was a gap missing, you're actually able to lay that foil back down in perfect place if there is still a little bit attaching. So that's why you see me lift it up and press it back down, and then lift it up and press it back down, just so it makes sure that I am getting all of it on there. Sorry if you guys hear the trash truck in the background. I feel like this always happens to me where I'm trying to do my voiceovers for you guys and something obnoxious is going on, so please, I am so sorry. But now I'm gonna do this clear one. Honestly, you guys, I feel like if I were to ombre over this clear one, I feel like that one would have been so cute too. I like doing different things with these foils just because, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people think that there's only so much that you could do with them, but actually putting it under acrylic I feel like is genius. I ended up seeing this trend and I tried it a couple times, so this is going to be my second time trying it, but I do like to really try these out and see different things that I'm able to do with them, so hence why I had to try this one out as well. But now I'm going to go ahead and get my brush. This brush is in a size 12 and I'm going to go ahead and make sure to get that monomer in the brush. Something that I would recommend after you guys are always done using your product, really make sure that you clean your brush. Get a brush cleaner. I promise you guys, it will save your brush and make the longevity of them last longer. And so something I like to do in between filming and stuff is I also like to film my TikTok, so that's what you guys are going to be seeing here. I wanted to show you guys this, and I've been trying to work on cool little transitions, which have actually been really hard, but I'm learning TikTok, you guys, and I'm not very good at it, but I do try. But yeah, so if there's any cool tutorials out there, make sure to tag me in them because I need to get my TikTok game up because I feel like I'm not doing as good as I could be. But now what you're going to want to do after you end up curing, or after you lay the foil down and you press it all in and pull those pieces off, you're going to want to top coat it. You guys could do matte or glossy, it doesn't really matter. I use either or and I feel like it's fine. Usually whatever is closest to me, that's what I end up putting down. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that into the light for 30 seconds. And then once it is all done, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out, and then we are going to be doing a French tip on these, as you guys seen in the thumbnail. So you guys, so this is something that I do want to mention just because I have switched up my monomer. Before I would actually use only Young Nails monomer for the longest time, and then you guys know that I did switch to not polishes for another little while, and once I was done with that, I did want to get my hands on montages. So right here in this video you guys could see that I am actually using Montage, or you can't see it, but it is Montage's monomer, and you guys, I have been loving this. I feel like it pats into place so seamless, and I don't feel like I'm chasing after the bead of acrylic, which is great because a lot of times when I feel like you have to chase the product, it doesn't, I don't know, it's just more work for you and everything just turns into a mess. And I do find that the product will end up going into the cuticle, and honestly I absolutely hate that. So I really do try to find products that make my job easier as a nail tech, and this monomer, honestly, I have been really liking this. So if you guys are looking for other monomers, definitely check this one out. I do feel like it also goes with the Not Polished brand as well, so if you guys do want to try this one and you do use Not Polished, I do feel like they go hand in hand. So some monomers I feel like using Young Nails with Not Polished acrylic, oh my gosh you guys, I feel like I have such a hard time and it makes me struggle and it makes me take a lot longer when I am using that. So yeah, so I definitely wouldn't recommend using Young Nails with this product. Young Nails with their own brand, I feel like it is really great, and I've used Young Nails with Montage's acrylics as well, but definitely with Not Polished, they do not work hand in hand. I do not like the consistency of it. I feel like it dries kind of funky, and sometimes it's weird. Like sometimes I feel like it either wants to dry really, really fast or it wants to dry really, really slow where it runs all over the place. So honestly, it just really depends. But yeah. You guys could see how easy it is to work with it. It's not running all over the place, but definitely recommend checking this out. But I'm trying to do the French tip. Like, I had seen this method. It was a 3-ball method that I had tried before, but I was like, you know what, let me try this 1-ball method. So on the next nail, I'm going to go ahead and kind of explain. But so now what you're going to want to do is get a bead of acrylic and then place it into the center. So now that I had put that into the center, I still want to keep the edge of that really round, and I'm going to be patting that into place, and I am going to be blending it up. This really helps making sure that you have that perfect C curve. So I feel like honestly laying this part is kind of tedious, but pat it into place and you'll be all good. I really like to pat it as thin as I could, more at the top of the bead. I would recommend doing it even thinner than that, just so all your beads of acrylic, then they blend really nicely. And then with this one, I'm going to pat it down, and then after now I'm swooping the sides back up. And then you guys might see me go into the corners and end up touching up if it is needed, but I'm making sure I get that cuticle nice and flush. Alright, you guys, sorry I was yawning, but I did want to try this out, but I don't know, I feel like I can't get the hang of this little thing, so I am going to be doing this nail over in just a second, and then you'll see basically how I do it, just because I wasn't really happy. I do feel like doing this method, it is trial and error. It's going to take a couple times to actually get it where you actually really like it, and this is me just trying that other thing out and seeing if that would actually be faster for me, but it wasn't. And then the acrylic at the tip, it already had dried way too fast. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do that method over again, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys watch until I feel like there is something that I need to explain. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down in the comments down below. And if you do find anything helpful in this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, just because it does really help with the YouTube algorithm, and it does help get the video out there more. Alright you guys, now I'm going to go ahead and go in with this 8080 grit. This is a file that I got from Salon Centric, so that's where you could find these. I don't know if you guys could find these on Amazon, but they hold the grit really, really well. I think there's only a few that come in the pack, so it is a pretty small pack, and I believe they were around $8 to $6. But yeah, so now we're just going to go ahead and shape up the smile line because you want it to be nice and crisp. And sometimes I feel like if you don't do this, I feel like it ends up kind of just like a blurred line, and I like it to be like extra crisp. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and get some colors that kind of match the tones that I'm going for. So anything neutral I felt like would pretty much go with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just line around the smile line. And you guys probably have seen this method before when it was the Valentine's Day nails and they did like the layerings of different colors of acrylics, and they would actually do this as well, where they line along the smile line and it gives like a 3D effect. It looks really, really cool. So that's what I was going to be doing right here. You don't have to be super precise. If you wanted to get a bigger brush, that will actually probably be faster for you. But make sure you guys have a brush cleaner on the side. The brush cleaner that I have in that little dapping dish is from Montage. I will, again you guys, I will have everything linked down below, and if I do have any discount codes that I'm able to share with you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do so. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and clean off that brush again, and then making sure that it is nice and clean and I didn't end up getting any of that polish on the actual design part of it. And then I wanted to go back in with a lighter color, so I ended up picking that middle shade right there. And again, these colors are from Colorland Gels, so make sure to check them out because they do have really, really good gels. And then I'm just going to go ahead and clean that up once again and touch up whatever might needs to be touched up. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop that into the light for 30 seconds. Now that I'm gonna go ahead, or now that I am done doing that, I am just getting this clear acrylic, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on the tip of it and blend everything in like so. Make sure that if there's any glitters that accidentally got in your clear, make sure you're taking them out as you go. And you guys might see that me do that a couple of times because I accidentally sugared some glitter while I left my clear acrylic open. So definitely when you are doing this step or any type of sugaring, make sure that your clear acrylic is closed, just because you'll end up wasting time like I am in this video, just cleaning up something that I didn't really even need to do. I just kind of made my life harder as a nail tech. So definitely recommend keeping all your stuff closed and the lids nearby so you guys could just put them on them. Or if you know you're going to use your lids, or you're going to use that colored acrylic again, something that I recommend doing is getting the cap and just putting it over it upside down. That's something that I've done just so then I don't have to completely close it, just because I do feel like sometimes when the screw part is down, I do feel like if I hurry up and grab the lid off of, I tend to spill my acrylics. So doing it with the lid flipped over at the top of it, it really reminds me that, okay, like this is actually open and it's not closed, because there's been times where I thought my product was closed and I even put it in the drawer and I spilled the whole container of my colored acrylic. So definitely I recommend that tip. That's something that's helped me. So if you have a bad habit of doing that too, make sure to try and do that, and then let me know if that works for you. Right now we're going to go ahead and go in with that 80/80 grit. Usually I start from the pinky, but for whatever reason I decided to start filing from the pointer finger, and that one was already pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and do the sidewalls and do the tip of the fingernail, and just kind of get everything nice and square. I really like doing that first just because I kind of know where the center of my nail is at better when I do it this way, and it allows me to make sure that I'm filing accordingly, just because I feel like if I do the tops of them first, I don't feel like I get as great of a look. So this is a step that I've been doing, you guys. Once you guys get better handling with the nail drill, I highly recommend using your nail drill to file that underneath part, just because with the super C curve nail tips, you guys will notice that they end up angling down a lot, and then from the sides, me personally, I feel like they make the tips look very, very bulky. So this is something that you guys might want to try, like when you want to pick up speed and you don't want to take as long when it comes to filing, just because I know filing with me, it actually hurts my hands. So this is a tip I definitely recommend trying out because it's helped me tremendously. And try different drill bits too. Don't only try the one that I had shown you. Maybe try a carbide bit and whatnot, just so you could see what works for you and what you feel more comfortable with. So now that I'm done doing the sides, I want to go over the tops of the nails and making sure that everything is blending into the other parts of the nail. And then I even also like to look at it from the very tip, like see how the tip looks and see if the nail is bumpy. So definitely look at the nail in a lot of different angles, because it will allow you to see different things that you might not see if you just look at it dead on. And always ask your clients, like, hey, how's the shaping? Do you want anything different? Is there anything bothering you? And then usually, like, if they point out something that's wrong, they're like, can you straighten this a little bit? And I'm like, yeah, you know, like, and I'll straighten it. And if they're still not happy with it, I'll be like, okay, like, how is it now? And if they tell me it's still not good, I will do it again. But the thing is with that is, like, I really try to make sure that my clients leave super happy when it comes to their nails, and that nothing is crooked when they leave, because I feel like when they leave, if all their nails are crooked and the angle that I see their nails in and the way that they see their nails in, sometimes I might miss one nail where it looks completely straight on my end, but from the way they see it, it looks like slanted at the tip or whatever the case may be. So definitely recommend asking them. And I feel like sometimes people, they don't like being told what to do, but I mean, at the end of the day, they are going to be the people that are wearing these nails, and they're going to have to be the ones that are dealing with them for the 2, 3, 4+ weeks, you know. So yeah, definitely recommend catering to your clients like that, just because it will make them happy. And if they know that they're comfortable enough telling you stuff, I don't know, I feel like it's like a good thing if they're able to even tell you stuff like that, because I know with a lot of clients that, even I've had a lot of new clients just this week alone, and I always tell them, you know, like, don't think that you're bothering me if, you know, like, if you feel like you need to tell me again. And then even if it's like the 3rd time, I make sure to reassure them, like, look, like, if something is bothering you, please, like, let me know. I'd rather you let me know now than, like, them leave and then be like, I don't know, like, just thinking bad of my work, you know. So I am, when it comes to my work, honestly, you guys, I'm super critical, and I really want my clients to leave as happy as they can, just because my work means so much to me. And I feel like that's how all nails techs should be. I know some people, they get in the industry just for money, but to me, it's so much more than money. I really want them to feel like this is an artwork on their hands and be super in love with the details and everything. So yeah, so enough on that. But now I'm going to go ahead and get my 180 grit buffer, and I'm just going to go ahead and buff over all the nails, making sure there is no scratches in the nail, just because once you put that top coat on, if there are scratches in the acrylic, you are going to be able to see them, and you don't want to see them. You want it to be smooth, flawless, and yeah, smooth like butter. So now cleaning my little area, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my top coat. But before that, I actually like to get a brush like this and really get into the cuticle area. I do really want to try one of those small drill bits that it's like a duster brush. I do want to try that on the nails. Let me know if you guys have that and if I should try it. Do you guys highly recommend it? But I've been using this brush and I really like the way it gets into the cuticles. I use it on my clients and I use it on my fake hand too. But if you guys notice anything with the REDIGUANA hand or any type of silicone hand, the dust really wants to stick to it. So on a regular client, what I will usually do is get my fluffy dust brush and I will dust all of the dust off of their hands and the palms of their hands. And then I will go in with that scrub brush and I will get into the cuticles with that, and I'll usually ask them like, oh, let me know if this, like if I'm hurting you, like if I'm scrubbing too hard. But just because I really want it to be really seamless when it comes to the cuticle, and sometimes what will happen if you don't do that, you might feel like the top coat kind of clusters up by the cuticle. But anyways, you guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the tips and tricks that I have given you. But please, before the end of the video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, I'll be back with more videos. Bye!